Alright, guys, my sawfish has arrived. In this review, we'll be talking about the collector sawfish. Alright, so this type of ray is very endangered. Once abundant, now so rare. This is the model for a large tooth sawfish, comes from collector, and it's a old 2014 model. Just like a typical ray, it has a flattened body and some gills on it. But because of its shark-like body, it's often confused with the saw shark. Yes. And here is a shark, and there is a ray. Most of my fish toys came from the convict fees, which is a lot of sharks. But now, as you can see, almost all of my displays are ray fin fish. It's because I just got a loads of ray fin fish. This is not a ray fin fish. That is a type of convict fish called the chimera or ratfish. So to distinguish a ray, we here use the gill method. Here is the gills. Ray gills are underside. However, shark gills are on the side, not like the underside. Here is the whale shark. Yes, this is a type of shark, not a whale, which everyone knows. But they do not know that this fish is closely related to this guy, more than the basking shark or the megamouth, or other filter feeder fishes. Yes, exactly. Very weird. Alright, let's talk about the review now. But first, let me take off this tag. So guys, if you don't know, I'm under the weather, so sorry for some sneezing or coughing if I do come across one. And I am also sorry from the sound pollution that comes outside because people, including my puppy, keeps trying to bark out for attention. So if you don't really want to hear those, just focus on the sawfish. Alright guys, so let's talk about the sculpt. Here, the sculpt is pretty good. It's the flattened body for a ray, but in here, very shark-like. That's why people get often confused with the saw shark to sawfish. But saw sharks, very different for the underside. Saw sharks are very small, and saw sharks are usually gray, while sawfish can vary in color and also vary in size. The biggest specimen for a large tooth sawfish is about 7.15 meters at large, but a saw shark can grow typically only 1 meter. So yeah, they also have different types of mouths, and their rostrums is very different in shape. And saw sharks are flattened, while oh no, I made a mistake. Okay. Sawfish are the flattened ones. Saw sharks are shark-like body. Well, flatter than usual sharks, but a little bit less flatter. Yes. Okay, go back to the sawfish. The mouth is very realistic, reminiscent to the smiling one in real life. It's actually not smiling. Here is the rostrum. very detailed, even on the very small parts, like a real sawfish. The spiracles in here, the eyes with the tinted orange and pupil, the olive dark brown with red sprinkled everywhere, pink for the mouth, and skin color for the nose. Collect the signature in here, and since this model is old, like 8 years ago when it was released, this model has flattened claspers, and that's what I think. Because when I check the aquarium, usually the females, like in here, there's nothing. But in this model, there's something. So I think this is actually a male. However, some articles say it's a female. But I also think so in the first time, until I did some more research and compared it to some other images. Yes, I confirm this is a male. If you can correct me, you can just give me, I don't know, since this video is made for children, while most of them are like adult watching, but I don't want inappropriate comments. I turned it off, and yes. Alright, so the size is pretty big for a deluxe figure. Sorry guys, my ruler is way too small, but I read the collector official website is about 16 for the length, the height is 3.3, but I guess it is accurate from this side. Yeah, that looks better for 16 3.3, but when you look at it this side, doesn't actually really make sense for it to be, well, actually does. Okay, I'm really bad in math. I'm sorry for you. Yeah, right. Yeah, it's right. 16 for length, height for 3 times 3. 3.3. I think when I was talking about the sculpt, I also talked about the coloring, so I don't need to distinguish the coloring again. So I guess we're done with almost everything. So let's do some comparison.